Very good evening to everyone. Ma'am, I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Respected Principal Ma'am, respected IQAC member, my dear faculties, it's my great pleasure to accept the invitation from Sita Lakshmi Ramasamy College, who have given me this opportunity to talk on AI and academia, ensuring ethical governance and research integrity content. First, let me just introduce about the artificial intelligence. Like last 3 sessions, even I was also attending. Everybody was talking about all kind of tools and everything. But the thing is, what I am going to explain over here is what is the transformative role of AI in academia. So artificial intelligence is what? It is a reshaping teaching, research, administration, and academic decision making. So AI has rapidly integrated into teaching. So teaching means adaptive learning tools, grading systems, research, in research specifically data analysis, writing assistance, even administration also. So if we talk about the administration, it could be student analytics, resource management, etc. So basically it has the potential to make academia more efficient, personalized, and innovative. Now, if we take an example, for example, AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot, these are all assisting in drafting literature reviews and even data summaries also. So predictive algorithms are used in student retention and even academic performance analysis. When we talk about the AI, the ethical and integrity concerns, first thing is accuracy. So AI outputs may be factually incorrect, or it could be hallucinated or potentially biased also. Fairness, when we talk about the fairness, algorithms can amplify social, gender, or even cultural biases if data sets are unbalanced. When we talk about the ethics, over-reliance on AI, it can blur the authorship originality also. So it may raise to plagiarism and even academic honesty issues. So when we say that integrity, so when AI is used without disclosure in research or publications, it questions the credibility of the academic work. Like students or researchers, when they are submitting AI-generated content without approbation, it may violate research ethics, the academic honesty codes also. So academia must balance technological adoption with ethical governance frameworks also. So academic institutions, they should not reject AI, but govern its responsible use. So this involves defining clear institutional policies on AI use in coursework, in research, training faculties and researchers in AI literacy, ethical use. You can create AI ethics committees also or guidelines under IQAC or research cells. So ethical governance means ensuring AI tools support, not substitute the human intelligence or creativity and even the critical thinking. Now let's see what is the role of AI in academia. So when we talk about the role of AI in academia, first thing which come to our mind is teaching and learning. Okay, so when we talk about the teaching and learning, personalized learning pathways, this is the first aspect. So AI will enable adaptive learning platforms that will customize the contents, pace, according to each learner's progress. So there are systems like Coursera's adaptive recommendations or even Khan Academy's mastery learning user algorithms also. So this will help or this will analyze the student's performance and it will help us to suggest some next steps also. So this may create a learner-centered environment. It may cater to diverse learning speeds, styles, even abilities also. When we talk about today's NEP 2020, that also emphasizes on what? Flexible, multidisciplinary education, we all know. So AI, when we talk about AI, it doesn't replace the teacher. It empowers them to reach every student uniquely. Second aspect is automated assessment and grading, which I have incorporated over here. That is role of AI in academia. So AI tools can evaluate objective tests quizzes, short responses very, very efficiently. So it may reduce the faculty workload also in repetitive tasks. Why? Because it will allow them to focus more on mentorship, more on qualitative feedback. So what could be the tools? So tools like Turnitin, Gradescope, or even ChatGPT. So these are all integrated LMS systems that will assist in plagiarism detection, feedback drafting, performance analytics also. So ethical use is very much important. Educators must validate AI generated evaluations and remain accountable for their final judgment also. Third aspect which I have mentioned over is intelligent tutoring systems. AI-based virtual tutors provide 24 by 7 academic assistance. It will help to explain the concepts, solve the queries, or recommending resources also. So such systems will support remedial education by offering extra help outside even class hours also. Yet, when we talk about this thing, it should be complement, not replacing the human connection, not replacing the empathy and contextual understanding a teacher is providing. Fourth one is content translation, summarization, accessibility tools. AI makes learning more inclusive, accessible. So when we talk about the translation tools, for example, Google Translate, DeepL, so these all will enable multilingual education. When we talk about the summarization tools, it will help in concising understanding of lengthy text. Accessibility tools, speech to text, alt text generation, screen readers. So these will all assist the students with some disabilities. So it will promote equity and democratization of knowledge in the higher education. So when we are talking about the role of AI in academia, in the first aspect, teaching and learning comes. So I feel that these are the four aspects which are very important when we talk about the role of AI in teaching and learning. Second aspect which I would like to say is about the research, literature review automation. So AI-powered tools like Elicit, Research Rabbit, or Semantic Scholars AI assistant, this all will help to automate literature searches and even summaries also. So they can scan thousands of papers. For what purpose? For identifying the key themes, for identifying what are the research gaps, for relevant citations within a second. So literature review automation will help all these things. So this will basically help or save the time. It will enhance the research productivity. But critical human review remains essential. For what purpose? For avoiding the bias or for misinformation. So that is what is I want to say about in the literature review automation. Second aspect which I have mentioned over is data processing and analytics. AI algorithms assist in handling large data sets, performing statistical analysis, visualizing complex data patterns. So here we can use some tools like Python's AI libraries, SPSS modeler, Tableau AI. So these all will help the researchers for what purpose? For analyzing the qualitative and even the quantitative data very, very efficiently. So this particular aspect could be very much valuable in social sciences, in environmental studies, in biomedical research also, where massive data sets are very much common. Like I was been attending all these last 3 sessions, one of the faculty was asking about drug discovery. Okay, so particularly it is available for this all, you can say, streams where massive data sets are common. So interpretation of AI outputs may still align with the researcher's theoretical framework or even the ethical boundaries also. Next aspect, predictive modeling. AI's strength lies in its ability to predict the trends, predict the outcomes or correlations based on whatever data is being provided. So predictive modeling may support the forecasting like climate change impacts. It will help us to predict the disease spread or even the anticipating student learning outcomes also. So it will help in evidence-based policy making and even data-driven academic insights also. Still, transparency in model assumptions and limitations must be ensured. For what purpose? To uphold the research integrity. Next, simulation, hypothesis testing, and manuscript drafting support. Okay, so AI simulations may allow researchers to model real world systems very virtually before conducting any physical experiments. Like yesterday, I don't know, I think day before yesterday, I feel. So one man was asking same on drug discovery. Like, okay, so before the conducting physical experiments, it will help. AI will actually help to save the time and save the cost also. So it will simulate, allow researchers to model real world systems very virtually. AI also assists in hypothesis generation and even testing, identifying correlations that humans may also overlook. So nowadays, all people are basically using ChatGPT. That is a common tool which has been used by many of us for Grammarly, or you can say Skyspace. So this can support drafting manuscripts, summarizing whatever findings you have, and even for language editing also. Is it clear to everybody? Whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah. I think the flow is okay. I'm fast. Please tell me.
No, just perfect.
Okay. Next, when we talk about the role of AI in academia, visible, no, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay. Any of you are facing any issue? Just let me know.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So when we talk about the administrative processes, so what I feel is in admissions or student evaluation. So AI helps institutions to analyze applicant data like entrance test results, socioeconomic like profiles, so streamline the admissions. Predictive models can also forecast student success like dropout risk or skill gaps. So it will allow for early intervention. So this process must be transparent and bias free. That is what I feel. Because algorithms trained on this past data may also unintentionally favor some certain demographics. So data driven admission is very efficient. But here also what I would like to mention is human oversight ensures the fairness. Second aspect of which I have mentioned over here is scheduling and resource allocation. How? In administrative processes, like AI tools may optimize like class timetables, faculty workloads, infrastructure use by analyzing enrollment patterns and even resource constraints also. So in universities specifically, if we see there are large student populations, so AI scheduling reduces the conflicts and improves the campus logistics also. Predictive analytics also assist in budgeting, like library resource planning. If we take an example of like library resource planning, course demand forecasting, institutions must ensure data privacy and avoid over automation that limits human decision making flexibility. Third aspect is plagiarism detection systems. Here, tools we can use like Turnitin, use AI to identify text similarities, potential plagiarism in academic writing. So they are now integral to maintain academic honesty and even the originality. So faculties must interpret these reports contextually. Not all flagged content is unethical, like for example, citations or commonplaces. AI can detect the overlap also, but only educators can judge the intent. When we talk about the research management systems, AI-based systems can assist the universities in managing like grant applications, project tracking, publication records. So this all could be done. So when I was like going through the information about the AI use, so what I found is like there could be 5 ethical considerations in AI-driven academic research. So one is data bias and fairness, as I said, privacy and data protection, social impact and job displacement, this could be, and intellectual property and ownership. So 5 ethical considerations in AI-driven academic research, which is very important. So basically, bias and discrimination. When we talk about this bias and discrimination, AI systems may learn from the existing data. That is why it has been mentioned, data bias and fairness. So which may already carry some social or cultural or institutional biases also. So when such bias data is used for like admissions or grading or hiring, system may replicate it. Okay, so for example, if some past admissions data is favored, like certain schools or genders or regions, AI model may continue favoring that applicants from those same backgrounds, even when unintentional also. Okay, so similarly, automated essay grading tools may also score students unfairly based on like languages, style, or even accent patterns rather than the content quality. So biased data sets may lead to biased decisions also. So AI may reflect society's inequalities unless consciously you correct it. So for this purpose, what can be done? We need to regularly have an audit of the data sets. Okay, you can include some diverse data sets that represent all groups very, very fairly. And of course, we need to keep the human oversight in all AI assisted academic decisions. So when we are talking about the privacy and data protection, universities, like for example, they may collect vast amounts of personal data, behavioral data, student profiles, attendance, research records, online learning analytics, even webcam footage in remote exams also. So when AI tools process this data, there is a risk of misuse. Okay, unauthorized access also, or there could be some data leaks. So AI-based exam proctoring tools that use facial recognition or eye tracking, this can feel invasive. They may raise concerns about the surveillance, consent, and even psychological comfort. So there is a risk tracking beyond concerns, storage of biometric personal data without clear retention policies. Even the third-party AI vendors may also access the institutional data. So we need to have a safeguard for all this kind of things. So privacy data and data protection, when we talk about sensitive data, faculty data, as I have already. So safeguard should be there. You need to use AI tools that follow data protection standards, like UGC norms. You need to obtain informed concerns. Okay, before collecting or analyzing the sensitive data, define clear data ownership, or define a retention policies. Establish some AI ethics committees to review the institutional tools also. Yes, obviously, very important thing is transparency and explainability. Many AI systems, especially deep learning or predictive algorithms, may function as black boxes. So they generate outputs without showing how or for what purpose, why a decision was being made. So in academia, this lack of clarity can be some or the other way problematic also when AI is being used for student grading or plagiarism detection, admissions, or even for funding the evaluations. So when AI is used in decision making, whether for admissions, grading, or research management, we need to ask, there would be a key question which will be arising, like who is responsible? Okay. Okay, so if an AI grading tool unfairly marks a student lower due to some language bias, should we blame the software company or the faculty who has used or the university that has approved it? So there should, without any clear accountability, ethical responsibilities become very, very diluted. So AI can assist the judgment at the same time, but it cannot replace whatever responsibility is there of the human beings. So it's not like if AI comes, our work is being done. Our work, I feel that our work should be double when the AI comes. We need to be very clear about whatever tools we are using, because the safeguards are with in our hand. So we need to define properly clear accountability frameworks need to be there. We need to maintain a final oversight of all AI assisted academic decisions. So AI generated content misuse, ghostwriting using AI tools, fabrication or falsification through automated systems. So with tools like ChatGPT, text generators, image creators, students, researchers, they can easily produce essays. Even when I tell now my students get an assignment of so and so topic, like whether it is an environmental pollution or it is in climate change, what they are doing, they are just going to directly to the ChatGPT, whatever the ChatGPT answers, that they just directly submit it. So they use the tools. They produce the essays, they produce the assignments, whatever research content in a minute. However, unacknowledged AI assistant may also raise the questions of like authorships, originality, intellectual honesty. So without, that is using AI without the disclosure, that can also lead to plagiarism of ideas or even the structures. So student, what they are doing, they are using AI to write a literature review or submitting as their own work. So this will misrepresent the authorship. This will violate the principle of even the academic honesty also. So when we are talking about the ghostwriting using AI tools, like AI system, it's basically used to fully write academic work, presenting it as what? Human author. So we are getting the information from the AI and we are saying that I am the author of this work. So this may undermine the learning outcomes, the credibility of the academic also. Even educators risk like ethical breaches if they rely entirely on the AI for research papers, grant proposals, or even the peer review reports also. There is a risk. So transparency should be there. Policies should be there. Faculty need to be mentoring the students. Manual evaluation of the student should be done before they submit their research work. The next aspect which I have incorporated in my presentation is research integrity challenges. Yes, AI generated text may bypass traditional checks also. So when we talk about this thing, self-plagiarism, yes, that is also one of the things. Paraphrase test via AI tools. So AI systems may generate as what original wording, but the underlying ideas or logic may come from the patterns. Like when whenever we are using any kind of tools, if we say climate change, so the way the wording is been given, that way we get the answer from that particular tool. Okay. So this challenges the traditional understanding of the plagiarism also. So there would be some